What's up, guys? Larry D's Road to Renewal. I'm on the banks of the Younger River in southwest PA. Out here on the Gap Trail doing a little ride. I left Boston right outside of Pittsburgh, and I'm a couple miles past Cedar Creek, and I'm on my way back. I'm looking just for like a little over 33 mile ride today is what I'm going to get. But on the way back, I thought I would stop and do a review. I made an upgrade on the Massey Giramondo. Done a review on that about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. And there in the review, I was talking about the saddle that came with it, a Selle San Marco. I just could not find a sweet spot. So I wanted to upgrade the saddle. And I've done that. And the saddle that I've gone to on this bike is a Selle Anatomica NSH1. Now this saddle looks a lot like a B17 Brooks. A lot like it. Brooks has like 3 holes up here in the top. This one's got 2. Brooks has shorter rails. This one has a longer rail. Brooks right here also goes further down here. This one's a little shorter. But the saddle that I ordered is called an Oxblood. Now these saddles are closed out. Okay, so don't know how long it'll be before they're not available anymore. They're normally a $200 saddle. On the closeout, I got it for $150. And like I said, I chose Oxblood. The black would have probably went along with the scheme of the bike better, but I just like the looks of the Oxblood. So I went ahead and chose it. It's also got the copper rivets. They say the copper rivets on it. And I'm already starting to see a couple of dimples from my sit bones. Before I get too involved with this review, I can sum it up really quick and easy for those guys that don't want to hang around and watch a review. I should have done this earlier. And I can sum it up simply by stating that's the best $150 I ever spent on my ass. That's all I need to say. There's your review. For those that want a little more, I'll give you a little more. I am very happy with this saddle. Very happy. I roughly only have about 100 miles on it. Right off the bat, this saddle was comfortable. Okay. The first few rides I had were like 10-mile rides because I didn't know how the saddle was going to feel. Wasn't sure about the adjustment on it. So I only had 10-mile rides. Right off the bat, my first impression was there's nothing underneath me. I'm a tough old ass. I'm not a guy that likes a lot of padding. I don't like the modern bibs and bicycle shorts because I don't like the gel padding. I'm a guy that came from the 70s. You just give me a piece of chamois shorts and I'm a happy camper. Don't give me a lot of padding on the seat. This saddle, you can hear it. I hadn't had to tension it or anything yet. But for me, I'm very happy with this saddle. The only time I really notice that I'm on it is when I get off of it. And then I can tell I've been on a bicycle ride after I get off the saddle. I haven't had any long rides on it. So it's hard to really give a big review because most of my rides has been this time of year 10 to 30 miles, mostly 15, 18 mile rides. About half the rides I've gone without any cycling shorts. Like today, I'm not wearing any cycling shorts underneath. I'm actually wearing just a pair of hiking pants. And I find this saddle very comfortable. Now there has been a couple of things. When I first set it up, I had about a 2-degree down on it, and it felt like I was sliding forwards a little bit. Because they recommend just setting up on the saddle while you're riding, just setting up and seeing if you slide forwards. When I've done that, I felt like I was sliding forwards. They also recommend is to maybe lift the nose 1 or 2 degrees. Okay. I went level, and that seemed to be the sweet spot for me. but sometimes you want to like play with it a little bit. And right now I have it about a maybe 2 degrees up. That's a little too high. I'm going to go back to the level and probably leave it there. Everything else is great. Everything else is great. Time will tell. Out of the box, I'm pretty happy with the saddle. It feels pretty comfortable. I like the color of it. The copper rivets look pretty good. On the back, I'm not in great lighting out here. You can see it's got the copper Selle Anatomical tag. You got copper rivets. It's the ox blood is the color. I don't know if they're gonna. Yeah, you can see where I'm already getting pelvis bone dimple in the saddle. Underneath on the rails, you're going to have more room than the Brooks 17. This is not a comparison to a Brooks 17. Apples for apples. I can't compare that because I don't have a Brooks 17. These are closeouts. Now, this whole section on the Selle Anatomicals are cut out. Okay, they're all cut out. But they have like the NSH1 and the NSH2. The difference between the two, okay, is the twos. You can get replaceable parts, like they've got a different rivet style that you can buy rails, replace the rails, you can replace the rivets, all of that. You can just order it from Selle Anatomica and replace those on the version 2s. The version 1s, you have to send it in. Now, I thought about getting a version 2, and the only color they had was black, which that would have been great. Everything else on this bike is black. Handlebars, stems, wheels, all the extra components are black. And that would have probably fit the theme better. But there was something about this oxblood saddle that was speaking to me. Guys, I recommend this saddle. When I get some miles on it and really get some conditioning on it. Oh, I also almost forgot to mention, when I purchased this saddle, they also have a kit where they have, wrong zipper, what they call saddle sauce. And they have a kit that has a saddle sauce and it has a cover. Okay. And the cover fits really well, even though I have a bag under it. It just slips over the nose. And now I'm going to make sure I try to knock something over. And you can loop it under here and it helps keep the rain from getting in here. Condition it was pretty easy. This and the saddle sauce came in a kit that was either $44 or $48. I don't remember which. But unlike the Brooks, you only put the saddle sauce under the bottom and along the edge. You don't put anything on the top. And occasionally I'll play around with leather, like make a leather belt, a leather wallet, something like that. The saddle sauce actually reminds me of the same stuff that comes from Tandy leather. That's a leather conditioner when you're tooling new leather. Looks and smells identical to it. Looks to me like they're just buying the Tandy stuff, rebottling it, and tripling the price. May be wrong, but that's kind of the impression I get. But anyhow, if you're going to have a leather saddle, there is a little maintenance involved. You can get a shower cap or whatever. The biggest problem I have with this saddle is when I'm not riding, I have this on, and I forget to take it off on a ride. I take off on a ride and I still have it on. Is it hurting anything? No, it don't hurt anything. But I'll be going somewhere and like I forgot to take that off. That's it, guys. You got any questions, drop it in the comments below. I'm not going to beg you for subscriptions and ringing the bell or any of that other stuff. If you want to do it, hey, that's great. but I'm not begging you for it. I'm not trying to grow a YouTube channel. I've just got some stuff that I don't see reviews on, and I'm trying to give you an honest review. Selle Anatomica has nothing to do with this review. I didn't do all the YouTube hoopla about, they didn't send me this saddle. I paid for it with my own money. The original best $150 ever spent on my ass ought to tell you something. Appreciate you watching, guys. Got any questions, comments, suggestions? Drop them below. AML.